I am Groot.
I already had this from Doctor Strange, buddy. I don't need anyone else asking me if that's everyone. Oh, hello everyone. It's been a while. Aaron Freeman here. How you lot doing?
I am Groot.
Shut up. I've been okay. Thank you so much for asking. And yeah, it's been a while since you heard from me, video-wise or channel-wise. Well, that's because, like every other YouTuber, life, you just focus on what's important in your life other than your YouTube career. Well, I wouldn't say my time on YouTube has been like a career, more like a hobby that I really enjoy doing, that I'm kind of hoping to rekindle at the end of this video, which with this project that I like to announce at the end of this.
I am Groot.
I'm going to call Rocket in a minute if you don't pipe up. Anyways, you haven't clicked on this video to hear me ramble on about my life. You clicked on this video to see my updated collection of my Marvel figures. For those of you that don't know, for the past 6 years, I've been collecting these Marvel figurines from the Disney store, and over time I started collecting other Marvel figures that are 4 inches in height to customize into other characters that you may have spotted in my collection. And you're going to get a better chance in that because what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all of my figures out, line them up, and we're going to go through every single one of them. Yeah, I know. That's going to be boring. I mean, fun, right?
I am Groot.
Well, at least I'm funnier than Star-Lord. Anyways, enough of me blabbering on, and him here. Let's get started. Okay, so I've got at least a quarter of my entire collection on this table here because, as you can imagine, there is no way on Asgard that I'm going to be able to get this lot onto this small foldable white table. Right. Again, enough of me blabbering. Let's get on with it. And so to start this off, we're going to start with the main heroes of the MCU. Here we go. Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Black Widow, Hawkeye, War Machine, Falcon, Winter Soldier, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, Ant-Man, Wasp, Vision, Captain Marvel, and Shang-Chi. Next up are for secondary characters / allies. Nick Fury, 1. Mordo, Valkyrie, Heimdall, Korg, Okoye, Shuri, Nakia, MJ, Yelena, Red Guardian, Kathy, Shinshili, Christine, and Rintra. I think I mispronounced his name there. I apologize. Editor's note. I've completely forgot to add the following characters to this category. Mighty Thor, Talos, and America Chavez. Let's hope this is the only error I make in this video. Next up are the Guardians of the Frickin' Galaxy. Only the word frickin' shouldn't be there. Is that right, Rocket? Never mind. Right, now of course to start off with this crazy bunch, we have the legendary Star-Lord. We have right, so we're going to start off with the legendary Star-Lord. The legendary... Look, Yondu, Just because you were the original founding member of the Guardians in the comics, it doesn't mean I'm going by the comics logic. I am going by the Marvel Cinematic Universe canon. So if you've got a problem with that, after settling things the Ravager way, we are going to start off with the Guardians of the Galaxy lot with Yondu, Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, Rocket Raccoon, Groot, Nebula, Mantis, Cracklin, Cosmo, and Adam Warlock. Next up, we have the Eternals. Hashtag make Eternals 2, please. Pretty please, Marvel Studios. And starting off with the Eternals are Cersei, Icarus, Ajak, Phatos, Sprite, Kingo, Mekari, Druid, Gilgamesh, and lastly, Vienna. And that is all from the Eternals for now. Hashtag make Eternals 2, please. Pretty please, Marvel Studios. Next up are the villains of the MCU. And of course, we're going to start them off with the mighty Thanos, Proxima Midnight, Loki, Ultron, Hela, Gore the God Butcher, Crossbones, Taskmaster, Killmonger, Ghost, Shocker, Vulture, Mysterio, Dr. Octopus, Green Goblin, Young-Rog, Minerva. And finally at the back here we have Wenyu, aka the Mandarin, Razorfist, and Death Dealer. And that is all the villains of the MCU that I have officially. Well, not quite. For yet another editor's note, I have completely forgot to add Electro, Sandman, and finally the Scarlet Witch. Now, how on earth I've completely forgot to add her to this category is beyond me. And to make this even more ironic, this part of the video was recorded on February the 19th, which is 4 days after Elizabeth Olsen's birthday. Please don't put me in a hex wonder. Oh, but we're not done yet, folks, for we have new categories I would like to add to this updated collection video. The first two are the What If lot and the X-Men 97 lot. And we're going to start off with the What If lot, starting with the Watcher, Captain Carter, the Hydra Stomper, T'Challa as Star-Lord, Nebula with blonde hair, Zombie Captain America, hashtag Marvel Zombie Season 2, pretty please Marvel Studios, Spider-Man with the Cloak of Levitation, Killmonger again, and finally Gamora in her Titan outfit. And that's all from What If. Next up is the X-Men 97 lot, and I'm so hyped to see them again in Doomsday. And I hope we see Wolverine alongside with Professor X, Magneto, Storm, Cyclops, Jean Grey aka Phoenix, Rogue, Beast, and Gambit. And that's it from the X-Men 97 lot. Next category we're going to tackle is spares, which is basically the same character in alternative poses, and I have quite a lot to spare here. So first up we have Iron Man, and we have Civil War Iron Man, 2 Flying Iron Man from the 10-year Mega figurine set, Infinity War Iron Man, 2 Endgame Iron Mans, and Tony Stark in his quantum suit. Next up is Captain America, and we have Civil War Captain America, 2 Winter Soldier Captain Americas from the 10-year Mega Figurine set, 2 Endgame Caps, and Captain America in his quantum suit. Up next we have Hawkeye, Civil War Hawkeye, 2 Hawkeyes from the 10-year Mega Figurine set, one with his bow and the other without, and a spare Endgame Ronin. Next we have Thor. We have Thor from the comics, 2 Gladiator Thors from Ragnarok, one with his swords and the other without. Infinity War Thor, which is probably one of my favourite figures. A spare Endgame Thor. Thor from Love and Thunder. And the same, another Thor from Love and Thunder, but with Stormbreaker snipped off. And Thor in his quantum suit. And then we're going to be roaring over to Hulk here. We have 2 Gladiator Hulks, one with his weapons and one without. 2 Smart Hulks from Endgame, one with Ant-Man on his shoulder and the other without. And Hulk in his quantum suit. Then we have a lot of Black Widows. We have Civil War Black Widow, Winter Soldier Black Widow from the 10-year Mega Figurine set, Infinity War Black Widow, a spare Endgame Black Widow, Black Widow from Black Widow, her solo film, and Black Widow in her quantum suit. Next we have War Machine, excuse me Shadow, we have Civil War Machine, and 2 Iron Patriots from the 10-year Mega Figurine set. Then we have Falcon or Captain America now, whichever you would like to address him as. We have a spare Falcon with his base missing because I use his wings to customize another figure, which I'll show you later. And then we have quite a decent representation of Sam Wilson as Captain America. Next up we have Nick Mother Effing Fury. We have Nick Fury from the comics, Nick Fury from Captain Marvel with Goose, and a spare Nick Fury from the 10-year Mega Figurine set. In the next batch of spares we have a whole lot of Spider-Man, starting off with Spider-Man in his homemade suit from Homecoming, Spider-Man in a crouching position from the Homecoming set. Also from that set, we have Spider-Man in his crawling position. Then we have the Far From Home set. We have Spider-Man in his red and black suit, Spider-Man in his normal suit surfing, and 2 night monkeys. Ooh, ah, 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 ah. Then we have the No Way Home lot. We have 2 Iron Spider-Man gliding, Spider-Man in his most recent suit, upgraded by Dr. Octopus, Spider-Man in his sorcerer's suit, a Spider-Man from the No Way Home set, even though it looks an awful lot like his Homecoming suit. Then we got 2 other Spider-Men from different Spider-Man sets, which I've yet to complete. And finally, we have Miles Morales. Then we have a spare Winter Soldier without his machine gun. Next up, we have my favourite character, Doctor Strange. We have Doctor Strange in his comic uniform, a spare Doctor Strange without his cloak of levitation, a Doctor Strange from the Multiverse of Madness set, Defender Strange, and finally a zombified Defender Strange. Next up we've got Black Panther. We have a spare Black Panther from the Black Panther set, a Black Panther from one of the Mega Figurine sets, Black Panther from the Civil War set with his cloak, and a spare Civil War Black Panther without his stand, for I used it for another figure that I customized that I'll show you later. Then we've got some spare Okoyes. We have Okoye from one of the Mega Figurine sets, Okoye from the Black Panther set, and you may notice that their spheres are missing because I snipped their spheres off because I wanted them on their own. Then we've got a spare Shuri. Then we have some spare Captain Marvels. We have Captain Marvel in her comic uniform, 2 Captain Marvels, one from a Mega Figurine set and a Captain Marvel figurine set. Then we have a spare Captain Marvel without her stand. Yet another editor's note. I have completely forgot to add Captain Marvel in her Kree outfit. And also I have 2 spare gooses, one with his tentacles from his mouth and the other without. Next up, we've got to look out for the little guy, thanks to Ant-Man here. We have Ant-Man from the Civil War set, which looks an awful lot like the Hank Pym iteration, and a spare Ant-Man with Wasp on his stand. Speaking of which, we have some spare Wasps. We have Wasp from the comics, which looks an awful lot like Janet Van Dyne, and 2 Wasps with her orange stand, one with Scott and the other without. Then we have a spare Heimdall, 2 Lokis, one with his daggers and the other without, 2 Hellas, one with her crown and the other without, because I'm currently trying to customize her into the What If Hela when she was banished and met Wenyu, a spare Vulture, and a spare Mysterio. And finally, in the spare bunch, we have Vision, Valkyrie, MJ without her weapons from the London dungeons, Yelena, Sandman, Taskmaster without her shield and sword. Then we have some spare Thanoses, one from one of the Mega Figurine sets with his double-bladed sword chopped off. And we have 2 Infinity War Thanoses, and I actually plan on chopping this figure's arm off to represent how he was at the beginning of Endgame when Thor chopped his arm off, which is what he should have done in Infinity War. Then we got some Star-Lords, one from the Volume 2 set, focus please. One from the Mega Figurine set from 2019, I believe, and the Volume 3 set. Then we got 3 Gamoras. We have one from the Volume 2 set, a spare Mega Figurine Gamora with her sword chopped off, and finally a Volume 3 Gamora. Then we have a spare Drax from the Volume 3 set. Then we got 4 Rockets, one without Baby Groot, 2 with Baby Groot, and we have a spare Rocket from the Volume 3 set. Then we got 2 Nebulas, one from the Endgame set and the other from the Volume 3 set. And finally back here we have some additions that I don't call spares, obviously. We have Hulkbuster, a Wakandan Rhinoceros, Tooth Grinder and Tooth Nyla from Love and Thunder, and thank God they are silent. And finally, from the Ant-Man and Wasp figurine set, we have Janet Van Dyne, both in her regular size, and we have a custom shrunken Janet Van Dyne that I used from a spare Ant-Man figure. Then we have Ant-Man riding Antonia. And finally, we have the Quantum Pod. And that is all from the spares category. Next in my collection are what I like to call the retro lot. Basically characters that are not PVC, nor that the Disney Store ever produced. So first up, we have Tony Stark for Mark 1 armor, Ghost Rider, US Agent, Deadpool, Wolverine, Doctor Doom. Odin, 2 Red Skulls. Kang, the Collector. Ultron in his scrapped armor, or his Mark 1 armor. Moon Knight, a retro Captain America, which is meant to represent his The Falcon and Winter Soldier uniform. Captain America from Brave New World with his helmet. Falcon, Joaquin Phoenix Falcon. Red Hulk, Miss Minutes, and Howard the Duck from the 1986 film. Next up, we've got Scourge from Ragnarok, Ironmonger, and this is a Burger King toy from 2008. MODOK, Namor, Whiplash, Armored Whiplash. Then we got 3 Shataris, I hope I pronounced them right. 2 Frost Giants, the Destroyer, and some Dark Elves, and the Lizard. And finally back here we have Ronan the Accuser. And then we have 9 Hammer Drones. We have 2 silver, 4 green, and 3 creamed. And I can't remember which regime they represent. I don't know which ones land, sea, and air. Then we got Groot from the first Guardians of the Galaxy film. Emil Blonsky, Abomination, Dormammu, and Crow from the Eternals. And that is all from the retro lot. Yet another editor's note. I have some more retro figures here that I couldn't fit on the table with the rest. Here we have a Burger King figure of Dr. Octopus, Symbiote Spider-Man, Venom, a Bruce Banner figure from 2003, along with this gamma radiation machine, 2 Iron Legions, and a Yellow Jacket from the comics. Also, I have a Lego statue of Arishem from Eternals. I hope I pronounced his name correctly. I hope I don't get a judgment day for that blunder. In this next category, I have some customs, or more like a lot, where I take an already made PVC figure and turn them into somebody else. So starting off here, we have the Mark II Iron Man armor, Rescue, James Rhodes, Frigga, Thor's mother, Young Bucky Barnes, Peggy Carter, The Other, Alexander Pierce, Cora the Pursuer, Helen Cho, Hank Pym, Hope Van Dyke. I'm going to upgrade her costume. Helmut Zemo, Rick Mason from Black Widow, Kaecilius before his makeup from Dormammu, Ego, and Taserface. In this next row, we have Eric Killmonger, his father, Queen Ramonda, Zuri, Wakabi, Mabuku, Corvus Glaive, Sonny Birch, Melina, Black Widow's adoptive mother, What If Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel from Earth 838, Kate Bishop, Statue, High Evolutionary, Photon, Darbine, Bob, and Sentry, which is one of my favourite customs. And finally, in the back row here, we have some groups. We have 2 Shield pilots, 2 Dora Milajes, 2 Border tribes that I'm currently in the process of making, a Jabari tribe, I'm currently waiting for another Finn figure in the post so I can make another one. 3 sorcerers, 3 zealots, a couple of figures from Rogue One that I'm going to customize into Ravengers for Yondu. And finally, I have a spare Captain America figure here that I'm customizing into his endgame appearance, hence his broken shield and Mjolnir there. And that is all of my customs via my PVC figures. Let me know down below which one I've done a good job on, because even after I've finished making a custom, I always blow myself away with how skilled I am, though I'm probably not that skilled yet. Oh, but we're not done yet, folks, for I have yet more customs, but this time via retro figures. Most of these are Marvel retro, but I also brought some Star Wars retro figures to customize into minor characters or background characters or characters that nobody will remember, probably. Yeah, I'm that obsessed with the MCU. So we're going to start off with Obadiah Stone. I hope I pronounced his name correctly, but in other words, Ironmonger before he donned his armor, Iron Man armor. Pepper Potts. Thunderbolt Ross. General Thunderbolt Ross in his army uniform. Betty Ross. Samuel Stearns. Samuel Stearns as the leader, as he was in Brave New World. Justin Hammer. I'm going to turn this Doctor Who figure into Jane Foster. Solo, Red Skull's right-hand man. Aldrich Killian, the kid from Iron Man 3. Trevor Slattery as the Mandarin. Agent 13. The Novo Corps General, played by Glenn Close from Guardians of the Galaxy. Quicksilver, Useless Claw, Aunt May, and General Dreykov from Black Widow. And then back here we have Alicia, Adam Warlock's mother. Another Luke Skywalker figure that I'm customizing into Ego. I can't decide between the retro and the PVC figure. Valentina from Thunderbolts. I'm going to turn Short Round into young Shang-Chi, if I can figure out how to take his hat off somehow. Mr. Fantastic from Earth 838. Black Bolt from Earth 838. Riri Williams. Ironheart. Nomura, Namor's cousin. Atuma. Janet's ex-lover from the Quantum Realm from Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. 2 of Kang's henchmen. Theo. I'm going to weather his skin to make him look like the guy that Star-Lord had to rip the thing out of his head off from Volume 3. Sidewinder. I'm going to customize this Andor character into the Black Widow from Brave New World. Sabrina, I believe. I can't remember her full name. Leah Taylor from Brave New World. And finally, I'm going to customize this Boba Fett into a Ravenger. And that is all of my retro customs. And yeah, as you may have noticed, I've brought a lot of Mr. Fantastic figures. And I also have Star Wars retros and even some Indiana Jones retros. So yeah. Hopefully this is my last editor's note in this video. I have completely forgot to add the void to this list. Please don't send me into the void, Bob. I know how you feel. We can tackle depression and mental health issues together. And finally, to round up this collection video, I have 3 Eaglemoss figurines that I desperately wanted. We have Malekith the Dark Elf, Yellow Jacket, and finally, Cole Obsidian. And believe it or not, I actually got him off Vinted for just £5. No joke. Somebody was selling him for £5 and I I just got him fast. And I'm just so happy that I finally can now complete the Black Order. And that was my entire collection of Marvel figures / figurines. And
I am Groot.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, this collection wouldn't be possible without the addition of the retro figures, whether it being Marvel, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, or
I am Groot.
yeah, thank you, Doctor Who. So yeah, and that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in.
I am Groot.
What?
I am Groot.
Thank you so much for reminding me, buddy. I don't know what I'd do without you. So yeah, like I said at the beginning of this video, I have something to announce. During my hiatus, you may have noticed that I've occasionally been uploading short videos, and I mean really short videos, featuring my Marvel figures. And at the end of some of the videos, there was this caption, "Secret Marvel Project, coming soon." Though it's like 7 months too late. But in all seriousness, those are snippets of a forthcoming project that I've been spending the past 3 years making. And that project is this.
A hero does not define your strength nor your powers, but your determination to do what's right. And the Avengers are the figures to be reckoned with that make up your mankind. They are the heroes of Marvel.
The heroes of Marvel. So yeah, I wanted to do something different other than Super Loonies or iPhone Friends, and yeah, I thought, why not get my toys out and have a bit of fun? So this series is going to be a 10-episode mini-series on here. Based on what's been done so far, I gotta say, I'm actually proud with what I was able to achieve with just my figures. And plus, I have this fascination in miniatures, like Thomas the Tank Engine. Speaking of which, this series is actually heavily inspired from this Thomas series on YouTube called The Stories of Sodor, done by Victor Tanzik. And if you guys haven't put 2 and 2 together already, I'm a Thomas the Tank Engine fan. Though I'm not like an active Thomas fan, like I don't really like to admit to it much onto my channel, but it's out there now. So with the Stories of Sodor, what if that series concept, but with Marvel? Should be fun. It's fun to experiment and have fun in the process. More details for the Heroes of Marvel will be revealed in good time. So other than that, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed seeing my entire collection. Let me know down below if your favourite character is among my collection down in the comments below. And
I am Groot.
nice one, buddy. Until next time, everybody. Peace out. Ciao.
I am Groot.
Good thinking, Groot.